So please welcome and join me in welcoming commencement speaker, Dr. Robin Sanders, Robert Morris University alumni.
Good afternoon, graduates of Robert Morris University. I know this is a proud day for all of you, your families, and your friends. Today is not like any other day because today calls for a certain amount of reflection in both directions, where you have come from and where you are going. I had the pleasure last year to sit exactly where you are sitting today. I had the same two-directional challenge, two-directional reflection that you are experiencing right now. How you got to this moment in time and where you're headed when you leave this great hall this afternoon. So given this reflective juxtaposition, I wanted to share with you some of the things that were on my mind on May 6, 2010, that may be on your mind today, May 6, 2011. The three-word phrases that came to mind for me when I thought about my time at RMU were richness in spirit, meaningful in action, unity of purpose. RMU, richness, meaningful, unity. I remember writing this on the back of my program book last year as I sat where you're sitting today. You know, we are still in the first half of the 21st century, but so many world changes have taken place in the last 11 years, the last 12 months, the last 6 months, the last 6 days. Probably unbeknownst to you, as you struggle to get those last papers in, and I do remember that very well, you did not factor in your own role as change agents in the 21st century. But you are. Your time at RMU is an incredible marker in your future because the degrees you have just earned, just obtained, from masters in business, engineering and management, to doctorates in nursing and information systems and communications, are the leading disciplines needed today as our community needs are tremendous, our community challenges are tremendous, and our global and community worlds are changing at a nanosecond rate. But what is also tremendous today are the opportunities, because they will be like nothing you have ever seen before. But let's take a moment to reflect back on the unity of purpose that you've gained here over the last 3 years at RMU, and talk about taking that same effort forward as you move from this hall today outside. So what is it that you've gained? You have gained a cutting-edge degree that allows you to compete, that allows you to direct, that allows you to lead, but most importantly, from my viewpoint, it allows you to be innovative. We are in a society that is at the turning point in deciding where we want to go for the remainder of this century. This is the game point. Right now, at this moment, this is meaningful. But when you step outside this afternoon, you will enter the realm of the second direction that I mentioned to you earlier in my remarks. your way forward. So what will that be? What will be your impact indicators? Meaning, what will be the things that are important to you to do, to change, to improve upon, but certainly to give voice to? This reflective direction should and must be transformative. It will take a commitment from each and every one of you to be change agents, either in your communities or, if you choose, on the global stage. Although I know I'm not the first one to say this, but you can act and work locally, but I encourage you in doing so to think globally. I know many of you have heard the phrase social contract, social accord, generally meaning the responsibility that a government or an institution has to its citizens or its members. However, you too have a responsibility. Let's call this your social contract, your social compact. What is that going to be? So let's take the richness that you have gained here and turn that into a unity of purpose for your communities and for this nation. RMU made a social compact with you. And you know what it is? You know when it's completed? It's never completed, but what it is the education they have given you to go forward. Your next step will be the social compact you designed for yourself. Work toward it, honor it, make it real, make it tangible. These are the building blocks to the transformative phase of your life. This is where you are today. To underscore this point, one of the most interesting books I read while I was at RMU was The Structure of the Scientific Revolution by Thomas Kuhn, as well as all the books from the courses in knowledge management. I remember initially thinking the Kuhn book was about the changes in technology, about the nuts and bolts of the information age, and where this new knowledge would take us. But the message was not about technology per se, not about a paradigm shift in what you do. It was about a paradigm shift in thought. It was about a paradigm shift in how you see the world. This is what you have accomplished here, a shift in thought. Because you've become more innovative, more imaginative, more creative, and certainly more curious. These are the impact indicators that you have gained from your time at RMU, and that we count on you to use as you embark on this transformative phase. I know the President mentioned that I'm currently working for an organization called AfriCare, which focuses on people in Africa, helping to improve their lives, and really giving voice to the less fortunate. But why am I assigned there? Why did I choose to go there? Because I care about these issues: food security, education, environment, and respect for the principles of democracy in this nation and abroad. I like to call these issues the FEEDS issues because they represent the first letter of everything that I care about, what's important to me, what I have made my current social compact. When I lived in Portugal many, many years ago, there was a wonderful idiomatic expression that I want to share with you. And I thought this expression was quite emotive. It was toca a pele, touch the skin, meaning when you do something that is so fundamental to who you are that it actually touches your skin. You must use these practical and applied knowledge degrees and turn your RMU education into something that achieves this sense for you. There are wonderful, wonderful examples of this today. You know, I love social media because of that, and I admire Mark Zuckerberg of Facebook fame because he fundamentally created a paradigm shift in thought that has not only changed how we communicate with each other, but also how we see the world. I know that many of you will show your communities that same kind of innovativeness, that same kind of creativity, that same paradigm shift in thought, developing new tools and models for action in business, in education, or for the environment, or wherever you choose, or wherever your day after tomorrow takes you. Remember that I'm talking about communities with the big C. It's not just where you live, it's not just where you work, but communities are also where you worship and certainly where you volunteer. There is no script on what to do or how to do it, but I'd like to share with you some parting suggestions and what I would call my cuff list, if you wish, of the things that you can keep in mind as you move forward and leave this great hall this afternoon and enter the transformative phase of your life. Just remember these few things: the importance, the respect for diversity, but both in thought and in culture. Don't ever forget to check that sure footing that you will be so fond of. Check it from time to time, because as you change, everything also around you is changing. Be in touch with your communities, your families, and certainly pay attention to what is happening in your state, in your communities, and certainly in the world. Be involved. Do not be a bystander. Move ahead. Don't stand still. Set goals for yourself, but don't set them in concrete, because you'll miss opportunities if you do. At least be flexible to the things that may make you change your social compact in some way. Last, but by far certainly not least, and for me, I think this is probably the most important thing that I can leave with you this afternoon. It's more important than social compact, impact indicators, being flexible, etc. Don't forget, when you're doing all of that, to take time out to live life in the process, because there's only this one. I have intentionally used charged word phrases like social compact, impact indicators, global and community change agents, because I want you to leave here this afternoon emboldened, energized, emotive, and maybe even with a bit of verve in your step as you depart this hall, because you will be entering your transformative phase and you have your entire future ahead of you. So as I end my remarks as one RMU graduate to another, I want to wish you well today, now and always. I feel honored to be here this afternoon, not only because I am an RMU graduate, but also because I am immensely proud to be part of the RMU family. So take your richness in spirit today, be meaningful in action, and use the unity of purpose that you have gained here at RMU, and go out and do great things. Thank you.